All the arguments over who controlled the net and what could and couldn't be done on it were about to be eclipsed. A revolution had already begun, very quietly, in Europe's high-energy physics research centre, called CERN, in Switzerland, when the net was turned into the web by Dr. Tim Berners-Lee.
There were a lot of reasons why CERN was a very relevant place. When I went there the first time, just for a 6-month contract, I was amazed by the way all these creative individuals had been writing programs and designing hardware in all sorts of different ways. CERN didn't have a big hierarchical structure. It had very much more of a web structure because it was a group of academics meeting as peers, working on peer-to-peer respect. And actually, to be able to contribute, you had to learn your way through a web of interconnected relationships between pieces of software that used different pieces of hardware and different people who you had to talk to before playing with different parts of the system. So in fact, I wrote a little program there to help me understand this.
The program he wrote allowed him to link an idea on one computer directly to a related idea, even if it was on another computer. With this program, he could then jump automatically between linked ideas from one place, one computer, to another, without having to know anything about the route between them. That program is the essence of the web.
A lot of people wonder about the difference between the net and the web. The net is a connection of computers by cables. So as you wander around the net, you find computers and you find cables and you find routers. But that isn't really what you want to spend your time doing. The web is an abstract space of information. And when you follow links from one document to another, you're not thinking about computers. And in fact, the documents may be on the same computer on different computers. You really don't want to know. You certainly don't want to know all the things which pre-web you had to know to extract some data from a remote computer. So the hope was that not only a single person's brain, but the whole group knowledge could have that property that occasionally somebody would be able to say, whoa, this place here is related to this place. And just by putting in that link, which breaks across all the divisional and the hierarchical and the topic and the subject and Dewey Decimal numbers boundaries, you suddenly, in fact, make a very important contribution.
The underlying structure of the net, although still there, disappeared from view. In place of computer commands, Berners-Lee put the by now familiar graphic interface of visual icons and buttons. Then the first browsers and search engines were developed. They allowed people to move around the web, exploring and creating links, finding out at last what was out there. And what is out there has itself been changing from text to picture.